The OnePlus Nord CE4 is the latest addition to the Nord series, which started with the original Nord last year. The CE stands for Core Edition, which means OnePlus has focused on the core features that matter the most to the users and cut down on some of the extras that may not be essential. But does that mean the Nord CE4 is a compromised phone? Not really. In fact, it has some advantages over its predecessor, such as a bigger battery, faster charging, and a better main camera. But it also has some negative sides that we're going to talk about in this video and tell you whether you should buy it or not. So subscribe to the Tech Critic and stay tuned, because this review is about to get wild. Hey, what's up guys? This is Jeffrey, your most honest and unbiased reviewer on YouTube. Today I am going to review the OnePlus Nord CE4, the newest mid-range smartphone from OnePlus. This phone was launched in India on April 1st, 2024, and it comes in two variants, 8 plus 128 gigabytes for 24,999 rupees and 8 plus 256 gigabytes for 26,999 rupees. It also comes in two color options, dark chrome and celadon marble. Now, before we dive into the details, let's quickly unbox this phone and see what's inside. Inside the box, we get the phone itself, a 100-watt charger, a red USB-C cable, a SIM ejector tool, some stickers, and a protective silicone case. The phone also comes with a pre-applied screen protector, which is nice. There are no earphones or a 3.5mm adapter in the box, as the phone does not have a headphone jack. That's one of the compromises that OnePlus made to keep the price low. But is it really worth it? Let's find out. The first thing you notice about the phone is its design. The phone has a plastic body with a glossy finish and a marble pattern on the back. It is light and comfortable, with curved edges and 8.4mm thickness. It is also IP54 rated for dust and splash resistance. The back has a dual camera setup, with a 50MP main sensor and an 8MP ultra-wide sensor. There's also a LED flash and a OnePlus logo. The camera module is slightly raised. On the right side, there's the power button and the volume rocker. The left side is completely clean. On the bottom, there is the USB-C port, the speaker grill, the microphone, and the hybrid SIM tray. On the top, there's another microphone and an infrared port. The front has a 6.7-inch Fluid AMOLED display, with a punch hole cutout for the 16MP selfie camera. The display has a 1080p resolution, 120Hz refresh rate, and HDR10+ support. It also has an in-display fingerprint scanner. The display is one of the best features of the phone, as it offers vibrant colors, excellent contrast, and high brightness. It also supports DC dimming and always-on display. The bezels around the display are not very thin, but acceptable. The design and build quality of the phone are decent but not exceptional. The plastic back is cheap and scratchy, so you might want to use the case. The phone also lacks a headphone jack and an alert slider, which are signature features of OnePlus phones. But if you don't mind these compromises, you will enjoy the display and the IP rating of the phone. Moving on to the performance, the Nord CE4 is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 7 Gen 3 chipset, which is a 4nm octa-core processor with a maximum clock speed of 2.63 GHz. It also has an Adreno 720 GPU, 8 GB of LPDDR4X RAM, and 128 or 256 GB of UFS 3.1 storage. The phone runs on Oxygen OS 14, based on Android 14, and it offers a smooth and clean software experience with minimal bloatware and regular updates. OnePlus has promised 2 years of major OS updates and 3 years of security patches for the phone, which is not very impressive, considering that some of the competitors offer longer support. The phone also has some useful features such as dark mode, game mode, Zen mode, and quick launch. The performance of the phone is quite good for most tasks, such as browsing, social media, multitasking, and streaming. The phone handles apps and games well, without any noticeable lag or stutter. The phone also stays cool and does not overheat, even under heavy load. However, the phone does struggle with some high-resolution videos on YouTube, especially HDR videos, which cause the phone to freeze and crash. This is a major issue that needs to be fixed by OnePlus, as it affects the user experience. The phone also does not support 4K video recording, which is a bit disappointing, as some of the cheaper phones offer this feature. The phone can only record up to 1080p at 60 FPS with electronic stabilization. The video quality is decent, but not great, and the stabilization is not very smooth. The phone also has a dedicated ultra-steady mode, which crops the video further and records at 1080p at 30 FPS with better stabilization. The phone also supports dual view video, which lets you record with both the front and rear cameras at the same time. The phone also has a 50MP main camera, which takes good pictures in daylight with accurate colors, sharp details, and good dynamic range. The phone also has a night mode, which improves the low light performance by reducing noise and enhancing brightness. The phone also has an 8-megapixel ultra-wide camera, which has a 112-degree field of view and captures more of the scene. However, the quality of the ultra-wide camera is not very good, as it suffers from distortion, softness, and poor dynamic range. The phone also does not have a telephoto camera or a macro camera, so you have to rely on digital zoom and cropping for close-up shots. Now, let's talk about the 16-megapixel selfie camera. This phone can capture some decent selfies with good skin tones and exposure, and its selfie camera also supports portrait mode, which blurs the background and adds some bokeh effects. The camera app is simple and easy to use, but it lacks some features, such as RAW capture, 10-bit color, and Hasselblad branding, which are available on the more expensive OnePlus models. The camera performance of the phone is average, but not exceptional. The main camera is good, but the ultra-wide camera is disappointing. The video recording is also limited, and the HDR video playback is buggy. The phone also does not have any optical zoom or macro capabilities, which are common in this price range. Finally, let's talk about the battery life and charging. The Nord CE4 has a massive 5500 mAh battery, which is one of the biggest batteries in any OnePlus phone. The battery life is excellent, as the phone can easily last for a full day, or even more, with moderate to heavy usage. The phone also supports 100-watt Super VOOC charging, which is the fastest charging technology in the market. The phone can charge from 0 to 100% in just 29 minutes, which is insane. The phone also comes with a 100-watt charger in the box, which is a nice touch. The phone does not support wireless charging or reverse charging, which are not very common in this price range. Overall, the battery life and charging of the phone are outstanding and one of the main selling points of the phone. So, is the OnePlus Nord CE4 a budget king or a huge scam? Well, it depends on what you are looking for in a phone. The Nord CE4 has some great features, such as a beautiful display, a smooth performance, a huge battery, and a super fast charging. But it also has some negatives, such as a cheap plastic back, a lack of a headphone jack and an alert slider, a poor ultra-wide camera, a limited video recording, and a buggy HDR video playback. It also does not have a long-term software support, a wireless charging, or a zoom or macro camera. The phone is not very cheap, considering the competition. So, you have to decide whether the pros outweigh the cons for you, or if you want to look for a better option. I have covered a lot of other latest phone review on my channel, so you might want to check them out too. Alright, that's it for this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button and share this video with your Android lover friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the Tech Critic for more latest phone release updates and reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.